Thank you.
Yeah, you can record it.
Okay, thank you, Deng. Sorry for interruption. So we had some issues working on the Zoom. So we are going to start let me start sharing again, or before let me allow this people are coming in. So you can maybe you can put your real name. I'm seeing Techno K15. So you can put your real name and also tell us yourself more about yourself.
His mic or her mic is muted.
Yeah.
He can't hear us, whoever he is.
Oh, yeah. The issue is the audio is not there. I think these
Yeah,
are
the audio is not.
network issues. Network issues. Yeah.
Let me try text whoever he is.
Yeah, you can direct. Okay, you are highly welcome back. So let us continue. Let us continue with our orientation. So the rest will get us on the way. Okay, I said before that the most important thing that you consider when you are going for interview is preparation. So prepare your mind. Let your mind be in the interview. For some time, our mind have a lot of things in our minds, a lot of problems, a lot of challenges. So you need to get your mind ready. Even if you have some issues, lay them aside and start preparing your mind for the interview. That's the most important thing. So now, how do you prepare for interview? So you need to make research. Go on the website of the maybe of the organization giving you the scholarship or the school university. So go on the website. Go through if there are some success stories. Go through them. If there are some maybe links or all the things that they put on the website. So then you can take time to pass through all those things. So say that you get your mind prepared for the interview that you are going to. Now, so if you are now in interview room, so what are the things to keep in your mind? So what do you have to do, or how should you be? So the best things are like, so when you are interview, just feel free like you are talking with one of your family members, or maybe your teacher, regular teacher that you know that you used to talk to. So just know that it is something normal. So don't get scared, or don't shy or anything. So just be free and 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 let your mind like flow as usual. So now the first thing you do, like when you are being asked some question maybe to answer, so be straightforward and confident. So answer your question with confidence. Answer with confidence that you really know that what you are saying. So don't beat about the bush, going this side, going this side, going this side. So just be straightforward and precise. So let your answers be short and brief. Okay, not too short and not too long. So be be at the scope of what you are saying. So be straightforward and be confident. So when you are also talking, you justify your statement. Like when you are talking about your achievement, mention one or mention. Don't just say I've achieved a lot of things and all those things without mentioning. So just say I've achieved this and that. Mention them. So the third stage here that I put as brain up is be friendly to those people like the one that are doing interview. Just be like a normal friend, smile, be normal, like just like the normal people that you know before. Don't get scared or don't be rude or another things. Monica,
Somebody said they're in the waiting room. Can you let them in? Something like that.
oh, waiting room.
Atong said, yeah.
Oh, okay. Um, mm, okay, thank you for that. I thought I could be allowed. Then. Okay, let's continue.
Yeah, at least I'm there.
Okay, now, okay, sorry about that. I thought that you are already here because I can read like 8 participants, so I thought almost everyone is there.
Okay, okay,
But
that's
maybe
fine.
it was network like something. I allow you, and the network was maybe you were hanging in space. Okay, so now what you can do, uh, I'm at the third point that you train up. So like make those people the one that are doing interview, make them your friend. So how do you make them your friend? So smile, be friendly. Don't feel like you are like a stranger. Just feel like you're already with them, like the normal people you already know. Just feel interactive. Don't shy or anything else. So another thing, so when you are answering your question, so try to maintain the area of specialization or your area of interest, what you are passionate about. So don't generalize. Bring an example, like if you are giving an example, maybe when you are applying for, maybe let me say you are applying for medicine, you bring in agriculture, bring in other things that are not related. So if you are applying for medicines and they ask you a question, why you are interested for that scholarship, or why you are passionate about medicine, you just give one example. Like you just say, like in the past, maybe I had a serious illness, or one of my family members was seriously sick, and it almost took a lot. It almost took his or her life. So, but through the intervention of medical doctors, or maybe that person was taken to the hospital, or all those things, all those interventions. So now the person now was helped, got cured, and now the person is now doing great thing in the community. So that thing motivated me to help more people, and that one like gave me energy. Maybe now, maybe passion, maybe to have passion in medicine. Just people like that. So give an example that is related to the field. So I'm just giving an example. So be maintaining the area of your specialization. So if you are so make sure you know what you wrote in your application. So go through the application once again, and let remind yourself again, though remind yourself again about all that you wrote. So and be within the limit of what you wrote. Don't go don't go out too much. Okay. Uh, Monica, are you saying something, or you still? I'm seeing your hand still up.
No, no, I don't
Oh,
have anything.
okay, Lloyd, it's confusing. Okay, so now we are going to see the common interview question now for scholarship. So we are going to for normal scholarship, because all the scholarship they almost have the same interview question, and we're going to see later, like maybe some of the why, or some of the areas where people like focus a lot, like the interviewers, the one that uh, make interview for scholars. So we are going to see some questions. So now we are going to first, I'm going to go through the first question. There were some 4 questions that were sent to the group by Yap. So we are going to see this question. How can you handle such kinds of questions? So how do you handle them, like you are asked some question? So like the most important question that an interview that cannot be missed in an interview, whether it is a job interview or it is scholarship interview, or any other interview, maybe which I have not mentioned. So this is the first question that you will first meet. So know that this is the first question. I think you have maybe you have met it before. Maybe you have got some you have attended some of the interviews before, and you have got this question. So how do you tackle this question, like when you are asked to tell more about yourself? So you have to start from A to Z, narrating your lineage or your family your family history and all these things, or what do they really want? What do they want to see here? So the most important things when they're asking you about this question is to briefly tell them about yourself, your name, maybe your age, and a little bit about maybe your family. So, but most importantly, tell them about your name, your age, and a bit about your educational background, who you attended, who motivated you. So, and I lied about your achievement because they are part of yourself. So I lied more about your achievement, the significant achievement that the one that you have achieved, or awards that you have received, if you have some. If not, just mention the achievement that you have that are related to what to your area of interest, or the thing that are generally related to leadership, because in the scholarship they test your area of interest and your leadership skill. So if there's also an example that is like that is telling more about your leadership skill, you can also say it is general. You can say it in any field of interest. So you need to also know that you need to remind yourself about your experience. Most of the thing you have put in the thing that you have already put in your application when you're applying. And if there are no more, don't try maybe to tell. Just create the situation, frame the situation like something like achievement, the nice one, and then say it. They will not have, they will not, because they are not there, or they were not there when that thing happened, or they will not say it is a lie because they don't know. So make it well. So and relevant experience, like the things that are related maybe to your passion and education. Also maybe a little bit about your family background and values. You cannot go too far. And also maybe in your introduction there you can maybe give maybe a brief example of the obstacle that you face, and then the way you solve it, and how it contributes to your personal growth and development. So another thing, the recommendable, like the time when you are introducing yourself, the limit is the time is between 2 minutes and 3 minutes. The maximum is 3 minutes if you are too long. So try to condense all your about yourself in 2 to 3 minutes. For some people, maybe it may be less, say maybe 1.5 or 1 minute. If at least you can condense. Another thing, be clear. So don't write. Maybe don't write because like the interviewers, you don't know more about them. You don't know about the listening skill. You don't know like how they get the point. Another thing also is we have different accents. So someone may get it hard maybe to get your point. May not get you well. So now what you can do, you need to be okay. Don't be too fast and don't be too slow. So be moderate. So that those who are not getting you well will also catch up and they will get what your point. Because if they are not getting what you are saying, when if you are saying good point, then at the end of the day you will lose because they are not getting what you are saying. So you need to be moderate. Don't be too fast and don't be too slow. So this is what you need to do. This is general when you are answering all your questions. So don't be too fast, don't be too slow. So this simple example, maybe about introduction. So you can say I'm so and so. I'm a driving and accomplished student or passionate student pursuing this thing, or we have pursued this, or we have studied this. So just mention what you did in the past or what you are pursuing. Maybe if you are volunteering as a teacher or doing what, just just say it, or the level of education. You have completed the secondary certificate. Just mention it. Maybe the area, uh, and continue. So throughout my academic journey, I have consistently demonstrated excellency as evident by my exceptional grades and recognition as such. So you say your recognition is where you say your achievements and your award now. So my family has been my pillar, has been my pillar of support, instilling in me the values of hard work, perseverance, and determination. The unwavering belief in the power of education has been instrumental in shaping my character and fueling my ambition to make meaningful impact in this area or impact in your community. So just like this. So something like this, I think cannot take 3 minutes. Cannot take 3 minutes. So now it will depend on your awards, your achievement, and thing that you will maybe place in there. So if you give something like this, uh, so someone can get impressed. So this is how you can put it. Maybe you can say it in different way. It cannot be like this. But make sure you mention more about uh, your passion, more about your awards, honor, and all the things, and the part that your family has contributed in your journey, or your teachers, or anyone else who has supported you in the journey, or whom you have learned from in the journey. So this is another example. So I will send you the document that you go and read. So because we don't have time to read all the example. So the second question is, if you would meet someone, dead or alive, who would it be or why? So if you ask this kind of question, so they need your mentor or someone who inspired you. That's what they need. So who inspired you? Maybe that whether that person has died or the person is still living. So this is what they want to test from here. So like if you are a go reader, there's some writers that you like most when you are reading their novels, you enjoy them, all those inspiration, or maybe some scientists, or so depending on what you like or your passion. So I believe on the area or the course that you want to go and study. So you might have some people who motivate you, or if not, then you need to start searching now who motivate you. If that person has died, then you can talk about him or her. If that person is living, you can also talk about him or her. So the main important thing, you need to choose someone that has made some impact in the field of your interest or in the area that you really admire. So you also need to explain why you would like to meet that person, why you want to meet that person if you get a chance. So you need to explain why, and also you need to show how this meeting will provide like valuable guidance, mentorship, or personal growth and professional development, or personal growth and development. So you need to show how this one can be valuable, either like for mentorship or guiding. How can this meeting with that person, maybe dead or alive, be helpful to you, your personal and professional growth? So just a simple example. It may not be direct. You cannot frame it like this, but maybe you can say it another way that is a bit similar to this. So one example, maybe a dead person that I would like to meet, like as a person. This example of great leaders. Maybe this is a leader. If you are tackling maybe a part of leadership. So maybe you are not specific about what you want to say, or the area you are not really specific. You may just say take a leader to take example of leadership. You say if given the opportunity, I would choose to meet Nelson Mandela, one of the most influential leaders in the history. Why? Because his unwavering commitment to justice, equality, and reconciliation in the face of immense adversity inspired me. I would cherish the chance to learn from his wisdom, understand his approach to leadership, and seek guidance on how to promote social change and foster unity within my own community. So now the reason why you are meeting that person is because of the great work that he did in the history. So he was one of the great people who promote justice and equality. So in the history. So now you also need to learn that. Why? Because your community is having some injustice. Some people are facing some injustice, social injustice. So you need to come to your community. You need to learn from his wisdom, such that you also use that leadership approach to help your community. So now that's a simple summary about that. So that's a dead person that you would like to meet. Maybe if I would like to meet another, maybe someone who is alive. So I can say, if given the remarkable opportunity to meet anyone living, I would choose Elon Musk, visionary entrepreneur and innovator. Musk's transformative ventures, such as Tesla and SpaceX, have revolutionized industry and pushed the boundaries of what is possible. Meeting this guy on would be invaluable chance to gain insight in his bold decision making, relentless pursuit innovation, and unique ability to tackle complex global challenges or issues. I'm inspired by his honesty to dream big and believe such a meeting would really enrich my entrepreneurial aspiration. So if you want to be like an entrepreneur or a leader, because entrepreneurs are also leaders, so then you would like to meet this person. Why? Because it has a mind that is actually working toward tackling global issues. So you also want to be a global citizen. So in that case, then you also want to meet people who have big dream like him. So you can replace an other person. Maybe one of your motivators. All of us we have different kind of people who motivate us. So you can just put the one who motivates you most. So if you are if you were to be given maybe a certain amount of money, what would you like to spend it on? So this question need to test your ability on how you can spend money, and then more thing that is needed here. So you need to spend money on the projects that are related to your passion and your interests. I think the most important thing that we need now is education. So if you get some funding, you support education. So if at least maybe you already have a scholarship and you get some funding, you also support you also support other students, other people that have not got some chance maybe in the refugee camp in Kakuma. You can still bring back the initiative and you help some student, maybe primary or secondary student, maybe to get also to get to higher education or to get the to study. So you can come up with a project related to that, maybe education, or you can bring up a project that is related to your passion and aspiration. So they need you to mention something about projects. So they don't want you to mention maybe spending money on makeup and other things, no, or buying some other interest, or buying some maybe household things and all those things. So they need you to mention something at least of initiative and projects if they ask you about this. So be specific. Just you need to frame something that is related to your field or something that you like. So something that you have a passion in it. So try to frame something like that, something that will help the community. So plan for giving back to the community or support. Why? Because like now you're going to be supported. So you need to turn that one back to the community to support others. Yeah. So you can emphasize on long-term benefits or short-term projects. So depending on but you need to mention something about the projects. So you need to mention something about the projects. Maybe be specific in this area. Just come up with a project like this and that. So this is one of the example. Maybe if you are interested maybe with some of money, and just say I would strategically allocate it to invest in my education and create a lasting impact. For instance, I would utilize a portion of funds to pursue advanced courses or certificates in that field of interest, maybe to build your skill, enabling you maybe to acquire specialized skills and maybe stay at the forefront of the industry that you are in. So additionally, can just say I would dedicate a portion of funding to initiate a company project, no, a community projects, focus on this, the one that you're passionate or something that you like, aiming to uplift and privilege or underrepresented individuals and create sustainable change in your community. So that would be like a great answer to that question. Thing that is related to the community, your personal development, and not personal development related to your profession and the community initiatives projects. So so most of the time they ask you like at the end of the interview they will ask you, do you have any question? So this question is very unique and it can make you it can make your interview stand out and can make you maybe lose. So why do they ask that question? What is the reason? What is the reason behind? What is the psychology behind that question? So what they need to know, they want to know that you are a person who's always willing to learn. So you're always willing to learn. You don't only just lecture to people, like, because like when they're asking you, you are telling more about yourself. So now at this time, it can be a chance maybe to know more about them or about what they're offering. So if they say, do you have any question? And you say no, it means you know more about them, you know more about the scholarship, you know more about everything. That means, and that's a lie. You don't know more about them. So automatically you will end there. So they ask this question to see your capability on how you can know more about others. Like if you are interacting with someone is asking you several questions for some time. At the end, will you just stop there, or you will also ask them to tell you more about themselves, or more about what they need? That's simply a live question. So if you are interacting with someone, then at the end, if they ask you, you will answer them. But also at the end, you can also have some question to know more about them. So that's the logic of this question. So some of the questions that you can ask, they may not be this one that you will ask in your interview, but you can ask something related to this. So the first thing, remember, asking questions that demonstrate your genuine interest in the scholarship and organization can help you stand out. Your enthusiasm for the opportunity. So have the questions that are related to your interest, and show that you really want that, or you really have interest in that scholarship. You have genuine interest in that scholarship. So one of the questions is, how does this scholarship specifically support and nourish students' personal and professional growth? So like this scholarship that you are offering, so how does it help the student? How does it develop student personal growth and professionalism? So how does it help? So this one is like the thing related here, like mentorship program, inclusive. So you may be given a scholarship, but there are other things that you also need apart from the scholarship, that that you also need, like for the support. So those are things like mentorship, like internship opportunities. So does the scholarship offer this? You can mention, does the program of organization has this, maybe this program of maybe internship later on, maybe, or mentorship program in the process, or no? They will know that you are not only focusing on the study, but you also need some more development ahead. So it has something to do with maybe mentorship program, internships, and all those things. So do they offer or some maybe conference to develop your skill and all those things in your area? So you can ask something like this, something related to this. You cannot ask a lot of questions, but maybe one question, something related to this. So can you give, like, you can also have them, can you give or provide example of how previous scholarship recipients have utilized the experience and education, maybe contribution in their respective fields. So do you have some example of the scholars of this scholarship, maybe that have maybe made some impact, some great changes in their communities or there? So that one will tell them that it will back up what you were saying in your past life. You are someone who is that one who is always who is passionate and have ambition of creating of initiating more projects in the community, making impact. They will know that you have that mind in you. So they will know that you have that mind. So you can have something related to this, something related maybe to initiatives, innovative research, and all those things. How does the scholarship committee evaluate the impact of defense? What ongoing support provided beyond the financial system? This is like networking events, alumni networks. Do they have those networks? Use net organization that connects, that make you develop your professionalism or personal, maybe growth. So all the things you need to ask those such kind of question when they ask you. So this is one of the question that it does not miss. Like most of the interviewers, they ask you, they say, "Do you have any question, or do you have anything else?" Just- so the first question and this question, the last question, they are always there. So prepare yourself for one question that you will ask, and don't say I don't know. No, don't say I don't have any question. Thank you. No, that one is not the right question. You say I don't have any question. Thank you. Then they will say, oh, person is clever enough. Saying is clever enough. So in another way, you don't want to learn more. So that will make you friendly. If you ask them a question, they will answer it, and they will be interactive, and they will see that you are a person who research you, and you are so you deserve that scholarship, because you will go and interact with other people. You will go and learn more from other people. You will go and read more history about other alumni, and so all that you need to ask. So these are the questions. These are the 4 questions that were asked by Yar. I don't know whether Yar is here or not. So these are some of the questions that she asked, and I think like they are very very important. So you can also take them. So go and make more research on this and beyond. So the next question is why are you interested in this scholarship? This is a common question. Why are you interested in Habesha scholarship, protection scholarship? Why are you interested? So you know why you're interested. So I think you answer this question. Some of these questions you answer them in your application. So you need to review your application and be consistent. So you can develop more, maybe you can develop more out of your application and be within. So develop more. Don't get out of your application. So you can modify the application. If you think like the one that you put there is not strong, then you can modify it within the limit. So be consistent. So one of the most things that most the viewers, especially the one for refugee scholarship, they need consistency. Those guys they keep data properly. So they need you to be consistent. So if there was a story that you narrated that you wrote in your application, please state that story in the same way you wrote it. Don't bring in other things or don't change the story. You will say maybe someone else apply on your behalf or you lie. So you need to be consistent. So one consistency is very important, especially with refugee scholarships. Most of the people lose chances because of inconsistency. Like most of the people who deserve such a scholarship, they lose because of inconsistency. So you need to be consistent when you're answering. So so why you are interested in this one is because like in scholarship align with your aspiration and values. Scholarship maybe achievement maybe and maybe there are some stuff maybe you have gone through the web and you see like these scholarships support individual who demonstrate like commitment, protection, all this, right? Maybe you can say as much and things like this. You say I'm deeply passionate about advocating for the maybe marginalized community or unprivileged community or anything else of that. And this most important, like most of the refugee scholarship, they need those who are underprivileged, those who are marginalized. So once you get that opportunity to get there, it means you will be informed now, and you will also need to take that chance to inform others. Then we'll give example. Then we'll give example, or maybe some process that you start maybe helping others. Maybe if you have been a volunteer teacher, you have been. Maybe you can just give example that I've been helping students maybe on this side, and it is my interest to help. But I believe if I get this scholarship, I will have more influence to help a lot of people, or I will create more impact than I'm doing now. So all those things you can just bring them. Uh, your educational and career goals, what you have in your application. So how will this scholarship help you achieve your goals? So how will it help you achieve your goal? So that is correct. You can just say this scholarship will play maybe a crucial of what role in me achieve my goals. Financial support is essential for me to make pursue my education because one of the most important things is finance. That's why maybe you have to join the university. So you can just say without the burden of excess, maybe student loans and financial constraints. So that's one of the advantage, and this scholarship will make you achieve that. So if you get the scholarship, then you will not have that burden of loan, you will not have that burden of constraint, you will not have those psychological impact or all the things thinking about going for studies and all the things. So you will go and read most of these things later. So these are some of the things that you can mention. So mention things that are related. So you can just say like additional, maybe you recognize, maybe as you are recognized as a recipient of this scholarship, maybe you know that the scholarship provides valuable networking opportunities, mentorship, and exposure, all the things. So if you'll be exposed to that community, and you know that community is a community of uh, like-minded, maybe young people or people that have the same interest and goal to change the world. So you want to be among uh, that community, so that you change the world. So that world, you may start that world maybe with yourself, your community, and maybe the rest of the world. So how you can maybe can tackle this. Yeah, and always related to your passion. So this one is one of the questions. I don't know whether you had it in your application or not, but this is one of the questions that is always asked can be asked in the application. It can also be asked in the interview. What challenge or obstacle have you faced? Have you faced in your academic or personal life, and how have you overcome them? So this question, what they need here, they need a critical thinking and your leadership skill, how you can handle the situation. Because as you are going for that scholarship, you also go and meet some situation because you are going to live alone. You are going to be the boss of yourself. So you will meet a lot of challenges. You will meet with different people working in team and challenges. So you can either bring an example of you working with a team, giving an example maybe in the school, or maybe if you are a teacher and you've been working as a team, some issues came up in the team. Maybe you were leading the team. What solution did you give? Did you give to the what solution did you give at that particular moment? What did you? So they need to see your problem solving mechanism. How do you solve problems? So when you are in problems, so how do you solve them? So give example that are related. These examples maybe that have given you lesson. So you can give example of the teamwork that you have been working in. You can give a live example. You can just say like when I was maybe in the school, I was in the team. You can maybe talk about finance, or you can just give example of the team that you can just say that's one of the great lessons that I have learned. Work with the team, and people will start like I was leading the team. We carried out the projects, and at the end, so most of the members delayed maybe to give the reports and all the things. Some of them they enter the maybe when you remind them they were annoyed or anything else. So that things now like you are a leader of volunteers and such kind of thing. So now what you can do, what you can just say there. So what you did like can say like some of them enter reports, complete reports and all this. So and when I tried to maybe talk with them, some of them were annoyed and they were like quarreling and all those things. So now what you can just do, you can just say what I did in that situation. I talk with the manager to maybe arrange a workshop or training to train people on how to do reporting and how to work in team. Simply, you have solved that issue. So when you come when you come and do workshop, so all the people now they will be getting in, and next time they will improve. So that one will create something like they will know that you have been working on some project. That's an example of you already. That's one of the achievement, and also that's one of the problem solving mechanism that you have. So you talk with the boss, or you can just say you can just say maybe at the end I cool the situation and we're going on well. Then I arrange a plan such as for the next projects we will not have some issues on reporting and all these things. Just like that. So you can also read this to give you, maybe you can also go and read later. Describe your involvement in extra cultural activities, community service, and leadership. So they can ask you about this. If you are someone maybe who like maybe other activities, so the one needs someone who involved in activities. So they need you to mention some of the community service that you have involved or leadership roles. So here you can mention the activity that you like. If you like playing football, maybe you can just say, I'm really passionate about my field. Sometimes I read novels related novels, do this at free time. But as I also mind about the whole system of the body, I care about all the dimensions, my physical body, emotional body, social body, maybe an spiritual body. So you care about them. So say at some time I go for physical exercise, though I'm not maybe though I'm not maybe uh, maybe you are not a lunatic or you are not a fanatic of the sport activities, but you like going for the sport at a certain time. So you can just say you can just at this point you can mention your plan. You can say I always have plan, so I always have my time frame. I always have time for this one, time for this one, time for this one. This one will also tell them that you have a skill of time management skill. So when you are answering a question, make sure you answer a question that will also tackle some other questions that are coming or some other questions that maybe that have gone. So that will maybe tell them that you are a kind of person who has that. So tell them that I always have a schedule. You don't just do your thing, but you always have a schedule when you are doing your thing. You have time for reading novels. You have time for sport. You have time for community service. You have time for this. So they will know that you are someone who manage your time. Though you don't plan your team, because most of the time you don't plan. Tell them that you plan. So tell them that you plan. They will like it. I'm seeing the number is less. Some people have gone, right? So for you, are you getting me?
We are getting you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can tackle that. You can tackle that question like that. So another question that they always have is say, what set you apart from other applicants? So what set you apart? What makes you the most selected one? So how do you think about it? So what makes you unique? So here you can mention your achievement at this point, maybe your achievement, and what you can one thing that you cannot leave out. You can tell them that one of the most important things, you can lead yourself with this. So one of the important things that you need not forget, you can say one of the things that maybe set me apart from other people. I always like meeting new people, getting new environment, meeting new people, meeting new cultures, learning new language. You can tell them learning a new language, because I think you are going to Mexico and you learn Spanish. So tell them that one of the things I love interacting with new people, learning new languages. You can give an example of maybe Swahili that you have, and say now I know how to speak Swahili. Maybe mention Arabic, but if you don't speak it because they will not have you in Arabic, or you have some word in Arabic, mention it. Some other languages you can mention as much as you have. You can just say maybe I speak 5 languages, or maybe 6 or 7. And this is one of the things I think can set me apart from other people, because I will go and meet different people from different part of the world, and I would also like to learn from them. So you can just say you have learning skill. So that's one of the things that you can. That's one of the things that you can that you can mention. So you can also read this and compare. Sorry, let me share again. Are you seeing the screen? Hello? Hello?
Zoom it.
But are you seeing the screen?
Yeah, we are
Zoom
seeing
it.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
better.
So you can also, this is one of the questions. I think we are almost, I will give you time maybe to ask some question or also add some other thing. Say, do you have any specific projects or initiatives you have worked on or you like to work on? So if you receive a scholarship, so maybe do you have some initiative that you have already started, or you have some plan in your mind, you have some planning of initiative starting after receiving the scholarship. So these things they need to test you sometime. I think they can ask you some question like this in most of the refugees, like scholarship. They can ask this question because why they know if you are a refugee, like there are other people that will be left behind that also need help. So what is your plan toward those people that you are going to leave if you are selected later, or if you are if you have got the scholarship later? So what is your plan toward the rest that are left, or what is your plan for the impact? What impact would you like to make? What difference would you like to create in your community? So they want you to say. So you can just say, I plan maybe these projects related to your passion or leadership skill that you have. So, or objective of the scholarship. So what is the main objective of the scholarship? Making the maybe people, what is the objective of the scholarship? You need to know that, and bring up create a project or plan a project that will promote the organization giving the scholarship, and also will create the impact in your community. So, and also will develop your personal growth and your professional, maybe your personal and professional growth and development. So because at the end of the day, you cannot just do an initiative or work on a project that you don't like. What will What difference will it make in your life? So you need to work on things that you like. So you can just give example of something that you like. You say you can just read this and set in some of them. So it cannot be exactly the same, but you can say it in another way. Right? This the last, maybe let me say this is the last question. This question, I think you had it in your application, and I feel like they will still ask you in your interview, because it's one of the tricky questions. So the question is like, if you had if you had to interrupt your higher education or could not access it for any reason, please describe why. I think you had this question in your application, right?
We had it.
Yeah. Go through this question. This is one of the tricky questions. So what they need you to know, I think you already know. I think you answered it well. That's why they selected you. So you need to go through it again. If you doubt, modify it, and don't change the story. If you might have maybe mentioned certain story, don't change it. Just modify it. So one of the things that I want to tell you, like the world now, like what the world needs now, when you ask a question. So one of the main things that can make you stand out is storytelling. So when they ask a question, you need to always have in your mind some of the related stories about what they're asking. So like if they say why you're interested in the scholarship, you can just give example. You can just say you are passionate about this field, and I know the scholarship will support me and all these things. Why, or any question. So what you can just do, always give an example, a live example of what has happened to you or someone related to you. So like this question is direct to you. If you are the one, maybe maybe if there's something that is to interrupt your education, what would be that? Or something that will prevent you from accessing maybe higher education, what would be that? Or what could be that? So you can just give example like uh maybe if you are orphan, because most of us like South Sudanese, we are orphans. So you can just give example and say, seeing this time when my father or my mom or this kind of person, maybe your relative, someone who maybe who is maybe who is your guidance. You only a partner there, you can give example of someone who is strongly supported you, maybe in your education or something, or you create a situation. So you create a situation that will fit there. So give a relevant example like things maybe this time have been affected maybe financially and emotionally and all these things. So I believe that things maybe interrupted me in my, maybe something that interrupted you in your education. This thing interrupted me, or you can say maybe in the future if I go in the school, maybe I may have maybe you may say I maybe having some projects that may be carrying on and they need financial support, and maybe you have started a projects and you need to implement it, and there's a need for you to be on the ground. So you can say that one may trap me, maybe to take maybe a week, or maybe to take maybe to take some days to go implement it and come back. Then maybe that may trap your education. So what you can do here, you can either mention something negative that will also give you a lesson, or something positive that will also give you a lesson. Like if you talk about project, it means that one will interrupt your education, but it's also part of education. So if it also something negative, you can also talk about it, and it's something maybe that is pushing you to it is something that will push you, or something that is pushing you, that has pushed you to love education or to pursue your field. So that's what you always need to do. You always need to bring an example that is pushing you to do something, or example that is going to impact the rest of the people. So example that is impacting you, or something that is impacting others. So this is an example that you can give. Maybe finally I can say, let me just read maybe this word. So this is just like a general advice to you. So step into the spotlight with confidence and grace. This scholarship interview is your chance to let your unique
We
quality
are not.
shine. You know what?
We are not saying. Yeah, you have zoomed it that so that we can see.
Okay.
Just try to squeeze it.
Squeeze it or zoom it.
You squeeze a little bit.
Okay, like this.
No, we are not doing it.
Is it?
It's in a lot.
Huh?
I'm seeing some part, but the other part from the start, I can't see.
Okay,
Yeah.
you like to you zoom out or in like this. Okay, let me just we'll go and get later. No problem.
Okay, maybe I'll get it. Yeah.
Yeah, can just say it like step into the spotlight with confident grace. Why? Because this college interview is your chance to let your unique qualities and aspiration shine. Embrace the opportunity to share your stories or your story, passion, and vision for a better future. Believe in yourself and the impact you can make or the impact that you have made. Remember, you are not just a student, but a beacon of potential and resilience. Take this moment to inspire and be inspired. So go and inspire those interviewers. Let them leave the table inspired and embrace the challenge and let your brilliancy leave a lasting impression. Your journey starts here and the world eagerly awaits your extraordinary contribution. Go forth and make your mark. So this is like a general device. So gracias. So gracias is a Spanish word. I believe you are going to you'll go to Mexico for those who make it. Or if you want that you on your side and you will make it, then so this like thank you. Gracias is a Spanish word for thank you. Gracias everyone for attending and for listening for this time. So this is now your time maybe to ask some question, maybe to add some of the question. If you have some of the questions, you can ask maybe within the scope or without. Maybe you have some. So within us, we all have something to learn from each other. So thank you so much for attending and thank you for listening. Now is your time.
Okay, thank you very much, Jacob. Yeah, so I really like that. I appreciate you for the work that you have did. I have only one question which I would like to ask you if it would be possible to answer me. So the interview which I'm going to do on next week, which will start from Monday all the way up to the other day, it will be a virtual interview. So I would like to have a virtual interview. You know, sometimes as you talked before about the rate of which you deliver your words, that those guys will go faster. We have those guys of which when they deliver or when they're speaking, they are those guys who are media, those guys who are when they talk, it is actually slow. So as we go for virtual interview, does they record them or do they have to write a note? Like for example, when you're talking, are they noting down the point or they are recording? Said that when you go there, you just be speaking as long as you know that they are recording, so you can speak at any at the rate that you want.
Okay, that's a good question. This depends on the interviewers and it depends on the organization. There are some people like there are some people who have different way of interview. You may have interviewers, but there can also be like other people who can also judge. So like let me give example of my school here. So like as university, what they do, it's not only one person like that do interview. Maybe let me say like for my case, we were not one person that did interview. Like what do we do? One person interviewed me, but there was also recording. So that person will also have his or her judgment, and the rest will also go and judge. So it means the interview is recorded and everything will be verified. So like if this person has judged it well, or there are some maybe, so they'll go and maybe compare, and there will be many people to judge. Like for the case of this university, what they do when they review your application, not only one person that review application, so you cannot easily maybe see like something like corruption and all other things that people do. So like your application may be reviewed by 5 professors or 3 professors, 3 or 5 or 7. One application can go through this process. So even will come with the judgment. Now they will come and combine and they'll see the average for each and every student. Now they'll see. So it means if I favor you, then the other person will not favor you like I do. The same. So each one will judge based on their understanding of the interview, and that judgment will vary, and we'll see now the cumulative maybe value that what we'll get at the end. So about recording, it depends on the interviewer. So if the one interviewing are the one to make the final judgment, then they cannot record. But I believe most of the refugees interviews, they are recorded for future reference and for other things. So I believe they may record the the interview. But that one cannot does not also allow you to maybe speak faster or to maybe to speak maybe slowly. So what you can do, because if you speak faster, some people cannot even hear also your audio. People have different listening ability, like as I say. So you try to moderate, let everyone let everyone get you. Those who listen well, those who don't listen well, let them get you all. So how do you do that? You need to be natural and maybe natural and moderate. So that would be the best. Maybe that's one of the things they also tackle. How do you like your communication skill? It doesn't matter how fluent you are or maybe how your grammar is, but how do you communicate your word? Do you communicate your message in a way that can impact other people or that can convince other people? Because you are not only convincing them, you're also going there and you will turn back to convince the community later. Then privileged people, and you have to speak. You have to speak out. So how do you convince people at that point? So they may record and they may not, but be moderate. Don't be too fast. Like there are some people who have challenges. Like for me, most of the time I have challenges. Like I may talk, my volume may be low or may be high sometimes. So or I may speak faster or slower. So it's really quite a great challenge to me. So but I try, like if I'm doing interviews, like maybe doing interviews, I try to moderate. I cannot be too fast or too slow. Because if I'm too slow, time will go and I may miss some of my part that I have to speak. So if I'm too fast, some people may not get me. Another thing, some people may not even get my accent because we have different accent, like depending on where we learn and where we are studying. So people have different, like English has different version. So how different people, you may speak correct English, but people may not get it well because of your accent and other things. So that thing need you to maybe to speak slowly, such that if they are not getting it, maybe due to accent, they will relate. So maybe if there's another person who has maybe answer on that, you can also add. Or if there's another
Yeah,
question,
thank you. You've answered. Thank you.
welcome. Another person? Is there another person with another question or anything else that you also need to add?
Team group, any comment, questions?
Yes, all welcome. Maybe I've given you more 15 minutes because in 28 minute time I will join another meeting. I will moderate another meeting. So weekends are always my worst. I live from meeting to meeting. So if there is, let me give you maybe 15 minutes. So if you have any comment or you have any question, yeah, continue. This is another test because I say before, like when you are doing interview, you can be asked a question, right?
Yeah, you can
Do
ask
you
a
have any
question.
question? So that's one of the interview questions. So do you have any question?
Yeah, it is something of which I want you to clarify to me.
Yeah.
Of course, there's a question of which they normally ask at the beginning of the interview. That is, can you at least introduce yourself? That's not the first question.
Yeah.
And then, so I was thinking, of course, according to the notes that you are reading or the sample of what you are giving us, I was to ask you if you have that question to tell them more about yourself. Do you have to tell them your long term goals and the short term goals and all those things? Do you have to tell them that?
When they're asking you introduce yourself.
Yeah. Do you have to talk
Okay.
about your long term goals and short goals?
Okay, like these questions are okay, like the interview questions sometimes overlap, right? So they can ask you a question and they can also repeat maybe in another way. So sometimes they say introduce yourself. It depends on the interviewers. Some people may mean They need you to tell you about maybe your name. But the most important thing you need to know, they already know your name. So they already know your name. So when they say tell us or introduce yourself, they need more than name. Because you cannot just say I'm Nulwal and then you stop there. They know, yes, Nulwal. So what else? So if they say introduce yourself, yes, take 1 minute. Take 1 minute, maybe you say you are Nulwal, your age, and maybe your school that you've gone through. So you can answer it in the same way. Or it depends on the way the context, this way you are seeing the question. Or another thing, it also depends, like if you are answering the first question, like tell us more about yourself or introduction, and you miss out some about yourself, like your achievement and all those things, then you will also mention them when you are explaining the question why you are interested in that field. You know that. So they're almost related because yourself. So what motivates you that you are saying maybe in the introduction is the one that motivates you maybe, or the reason why you're interested for the scholarship. So don't worry a lot if you are okay. Don't worry a lot if you maybe say introduction and you haven't completed, maybe you haven't said achievement or other things you're passionate about. Don't worry about it. You also explain that in the next question. So are you answered
Okay.
there?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I understand. So I was thinking, of course, you never know the question with the going to ask you along as, and then so goals, short terms and short term are crucial when you are answering an interview question. Of course, in the first case, that is to introduce yourself, you might mess out. You might not tell them your goals, and then maybe later on they can ask you what are your short term goals
Yes.
and long term. Maybe
Yes.
from there you can also still talk about that.
Yeah, you
Even at
can
the
still
same
talk about
time,
it.
why do you deserve this scholarship? So in the first place, you can talk about there's several questions of which they can repeat of which when that statement introduce tell us more about yourself, you can talk of so many things. I don't think there's a limit for that. Yeah.
Yeah. You are not limited. You are not limited. You are not limited. That question is not limited. So
Yeah, you can talk.
you can talk about different things. And what you can do, maybe you can be brief, maybe in the first question, like that user, so you can be brief, maybe 1 minute or 2 minutes. And the rest of the questions, whereby you can maybe tell about your story and all those things. Yeah. So about most of the question like that, they're like most of the interview question, like okay, they're like repeated questions. But what they need you to do there, what they need to do there is consistency. Be consistent. And okay, like you need to be consistent, and you also need to be consistent and straightforward, as I said before. And you also need to create a line. You need a threads of what you are saying. Like the one you mentioned, the one that is coming and the one that is coming, let them have some connection. You can even say, as I said before, this and that and that and continue. Okay? So try to connect the question, like the first question they answer, they ask, the second question they ask, and the third question. So try to connect them and try to use different way of don't use the same word maybe several times, maybe monotonous or maybe. So just try to see other different alternative of the same word, but the alternative way of saying it another way. Yeah. So you need to be flexible. So what they need to test there, they need to test your consistency in that question. Like if they say your interest, why can you be maybe the best candidate? That is the same why you are interested for the is your field. They want to know that. But you need to what they need to know there, they need consistency. They need to test your consistency. One, they need to see your leadership ability. Two, they need to see your maybe your language skill. Three, and they also need to know they need to know maybe flexibility, how you are flexible, and maybe the different your communication, how you can communicate maybe the same thing in a different way. You may communicate like why you are interested for this and why you are maybe the best candidate for this. So that's the same. It has the same. They're related, but how can you communicate that? So you cannot. You can repeat the same information. You can repeat the information. What you call like there's a principle that is called repeat and enlarge. So what you can do, you can repeat and enlarge. So it means like you modify what you say maybe in the first place, or you clarify it because you might have said, might have answered it, but you did not complete it because there are more things to say there. So come and pick from there, repeat, and now enlarge it. So that's the meaning. So when you are doing interview, repeat every question that they ask, repeat it and enlarge, repeat and enlarge, repeat and enlarge until you end the interview. I hope you are getting the concept I'm saying.
Yeah, thank you. I get you.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. No, another person. Ruka apart. You have any question? Aquine? I don't know. I don't know who is this. What is the name of this person who has saved and taken off?
Techno K.
You know, okay. Can you tell us your name? So that when I call, I will just. Oh, no. Aquine? Can you tell us? Nothing.
We are not getting a.
Yeah, I'm seeing she's talking and we're not getting it. Maybe. Okay.
I think it.
Munga, do you have anything?
Yeah, to add on what you said, Sylvia told me about the work experience. There was a question about where you're working and how much you earn, right? Something about your work. So she said, when they might ask you if you're the only person working in your family, to answer that question, don't tell them you're the only one working. If you tell them you're the only one working, they will say your family needs you more, so your chances of getting the scholarship might be low. So just tell them maybe you and your brother or you and your mother are both working, you see?
Yeah. So what you can
So at
say,
least,
what? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Continue.
no, it's okay.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that. That's a nice observation. Nice question. What you can also say, like when they ask such kind of question, you need to say, okay, say you maybe you are the one maybe working on your brother or another person, another family member. So what you also need to know, you also need to tell them that you are working, and what you are working for survival, not something that can fund your education. Because like if you are working and maybe your brother is working and your brother is getting good maybe good amount of money, maybe you can send you to school to go and study using that money. So there's also another psychology behind that question or behind that answer. If you say I and my maybe brother also is working, so say that and say we are working maybe for survival and all these things. So like you can just maybe say the low amount of money that you get on your brother a month. Maybe that cannot maybe that thing is it's just for survival, but cannot support someone for education. And that's why you are not in the school, because working for that amount of money that you are getting is not worth your maybe not cannot finance your education. The same for your brother cannot finance education, and that's why you are seeking for a scholarship. Because at the end of the day, if you are working and your brother is working and you are getting good amount of money, then why are you looking for a scholarship? And scholarship is for underprivileged and underdeserved, those who don't have money, those who don't have anything. So you can say that the work that you are doing with your brother is just a work for survival, something just for a family, and it cannot maybe support your higher education. So that they get clear in your mind that yes, you are working and your brother is working, but the salary you get or the amount of money you get, maybe you may say we get incentive. Maybe you work on incentive, like maybe you volunteer and you get maybe some support, and your brother maybe work. So what you need to avoid there is you being maybe the main person supporting the family. So that's what you need to avoid there. So thank you, Monica, for that.
And then another thing she added was about tell them about your passion and desires for studying and also helping your family. So when they might ask you, what are your interests or what are your passion? So in that question, just tell them your desire and how you're willing to go a step extra or a mile extra to help your family.
Good. Thank you.
I think that's all for now.
Okay, thank you so much. But another person? The Ruka part? Are you with us? Okay. Mm, okay. Is there anything, maybe anything to add or anything to ask or anything else before I end the meeting?
Okay, mine is a thank you I can give to you so far for the support that you have made and the contribution of which you have did so far. So we really appreciate that, and I thank you that much. And let's hope that we are all going to make it, though it's my competitors on point. So we are all striving for, yeah, to get us started. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for opening up and give the glimpse and the step to take forward as we are going for interview. So thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, no? And thank you so much everyone for joining. Actually, it's interview like the great experience. Most of us like attend a lot of interviews. We win some, we lose, we lost some. And we're still maybe winning others, losing others. So that's life. So, but what you need to know, just be confident enough that this is your chance, right time, maybe to explain more about your passion, your story, and all that you have. So tell unique about yourself. So, and don't worry about any situation later. But maybe you need to wake up your subconscious mind now that you are going to win that. So put your mind in Mexico, or which it cannot be at the point of maybe placing all your hope on that in case if it is not, maybe if you lose it later, you are disappointed to the maximum. No. But tell yourself that this is my chance. So, and prepare yourself, make research, be prepared, like let your mind be okay, be busy, make research. This one are good, but you need to make more research, like to be. You can also study, maybe go through English again, see other alternatives. Maybe you can use, maybe check on some terms, maybe that you can, maybe simple terms that you can use, such that you avoid maybe repetition and other thing. So I know you may be good at something, but once you're exposed to the environment, so we get a lot, like sometimes we get nervous and other things. So prepare and remove that fear out of you. Know that it is something normal. It's not new. Maybe most of you are, maybe all of you, maybe you are teachers and other things. You already know you are exposed to environment, you are exposed to these things. So it's not something new to you. So just treat those guys, whether they are white or what, treat them like the normal people that you normally meet. And don't get scared. Don't don't imagine the situation. Just work on yourself and the rest will work out. So don't imagine whether how they will record, how they will ask you and all the things. Just work on the common ask question. Just make research about, go on the website, contact more. Maybe there are some people that you know, maybe ask them. If not, just continue. So oral interview is all about maybe seeing your consistency, the form that you applied, that you use, and the information that you have, and your capability, your skill, how you can make a good leader. So I believe all of you are good leaders, and I pray that you get this chance. So may God give you this chance. I believe you might have tried a lot of chances and maybe you never got them. So just also keep yourself in prayers. Sometimes maybe you may not be a believer, but prayers sometimes, like prayers does not necessarily mean you are a Christian or what. But prayers keep your mind, it wake your subconscious mind to be maybe to be active on that thing that you are doing. It keep you reminding you of something. So let your mind be there, whether it be prayers or anything else, but keep your mind there. Thank you so much. So, and thank you, Noor. Thank you, Noor, for your words. I'm inspired, so I'm so happy. So thank you so much. So bye. So maybe what you can do, maybe you can leave the meeting because I'm going to do the same link for others to join. So thank you so much for your time. So maybe we can meet maybe individually, or we can still meet in the group. So it's a great thing to meet, get to know you, and I'm happy for that. Yeah. Thank you all. Be blessed.